Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Season 2 of our MotoGP career mode is here, and it's time for Qatar for round 1. So here we go then, guys and gals. Our second season of MotoGP is now officially underway, and we're going to be starting off with the practice session here in Qatar in the sunlight for the time being, and of course in a bit we'll have the qualifying in the same video. Now of course I have changed my timings and schedules for MotoGP videos, so if you are looking forward to the race you need to be here and available at 6 PM GMT. The times are now 2 PM from today's video as you're watching right now, and 6 PM for the Grand Prix in a separate video. I really can't wait to see how we fare this season. Ultimately taking the championship last season was a pleasant surprise in our rookie year. Very much enjoyed last season. I think you guys did as well. It was a terrific season. Lots of great comments and great feedback on my commentary and just racing in general, which I am extremely grateful for, and I cannot wait to bring you this season. I will spoil something. I've already recorded a couple of videos at this point, and the season is very exciting so far. It has been absolutely brilliant. So I implore you to hit that subscribe button if you're looking forward to MotoGP content, because honestly, it's going to be so good, and I'm on the journey for 2,500 subscribers, so both of us will benefit tremendously, and I really appreciate you checking the video nonetheless. But for the time being, we're still doing practice session, and we've got a third split coming up, so let's focus on the practice session as of yet, because we really need to sort out our practice and qualifying times. Last season, we struggled all the way through until getting towards the end of the season, where we were able to qualify twice in pole position, but I'm looking for more this season. We're looking for a pole position at least by the 5th round. Qatar, I do feel, is going to be a difficult one. We're going to get a first lap time in just a moment's time. I don't think it's going to be particularly special, because Qatar is that bogey circuit for me where it's just some reason I tend to struggle at, no matter how much I love this Qatari track. So the first lap time on the board for this season puts us in 4th place, 0.6 of a second behind Johan Zarco's lap time of a 1:52.472. Not a bad lap time, but I do feel those laps will be going down to 1:51-ish, maybe just a low or a high 1:51. Regardless, it'll be more than probably enough to get us into the practice sessions, into the qualifying sessions rather. So now onto the right hand side for the 4th corner here in Qatar for the round 1. If you're not aware as well, guys, this is the 2021 variant, so it'll be Qatar twice, effectively Qatar 1 and then the Doha GP immediately after. So you'll have double Qatar this weekend for both Saturday and Sunday, of course. So now a little bit of a change in the timing screens, and there is Jorge Martin at the top of the timing screens. No more a rookie in this particular game. Of course, he's second season, the same as mine, so there will be no rookies in MotoGP 21 for my particular second season. As we'll now get on the left hand side, a red sector goes to the way for Grant so far, as Alex Rins getting closer to the sub 152s. A 1:52.069 has surfaced as of yet, with 37 minutes of this session remaining. But now onto the right hand side, looking rather calm on board this Aprilia RSGP as things stand. But concerningly enough, we are down by a whole second as we get a little bit close to the green there. In fact, we were actually on the green, and yet the lap time was not invalidated, but it doesn't matter now, because the lap time has well and truly gone away from us. Now, I do believe I must have changed the settings at some point to remove the track limit warning, so it's on a tolerable level rather than strict. I haven't changed it back, and I don't know why. I keep forgetting to do so. I think the entirety of the Moto E season was also with a tolerable sort of rules in the sense of off tracks. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about that. Do you want it changing back to strict? To me, I don't really mind either way, so I'll leave that entirely up to you guys. But for the time being, trailing behind Johan Zarco. Now, Zarco last season gave us a lot of trouble at the beginning part of the season. Unfortunately, did sort of veer off towards the end and actually gave up a championship lead right towards the end of the season, which gave us the victory in total. But now trailing behind Johan Zarco. Let's see how this new Aprilia RSGP fares with the GP21 Ducati Desma Sedici, because we did change the package in the official winter testing, but Johan Zarco ahead of us. We'll try and stay with him and compare our data. Looks like Zarco went a little bit wide there as we go for the tighter apex. A little bit of a slow sector so far for Zarco and Grant, so I don't think we're really going to push the boundaries here, but at least follow him to see what's going to happen for the man who's currently in 6th position. And I'll tell you what, that's a top 3 I didn't expect to see right now as of yet. Alex Rins at the top of the timing sheet with a 1:52.069. Jorge Martin in second, and a certain 9-times world champion Valentino Rossi to be retired tomorrow, of course, in the real life, which I'm certainly not ready for. Up into third position goes the Doctor. So trailing behind Johan Zarco, we are getting a little bit closer, but this part of the track, turn 11 beyond, is where I really struggle. I think if I could just nail this particular sector and the last one, we'll have a great chance of qualifying well, but I've got to improve, because right now we're down in 15th position. Whole lot of places behind Johan Zarco, and look who's behind us. 2 factory Ducatis, Jack Miller and Pecco Bagnaia in 16th and 17th. You better believe by the end of the session they will not be there, and probably going to result in us even further down the grid. And I tell you what, this isn't looking too promising for us, even with Johan Zarco there, so I think it'll be back into the pits in a moment's time for probably another run or two to see if we can get out of this horrible practice session that is looking pretty bleak for us right now. I don't know why I struggle so much here in Qatar, but it's going to happen once again, I do fear. So the top 3 are still the same, as we've now got a fresh, brand new front soft tyre and a brand new rear medium tyre. Now my electronics are still the same as I ended the season on last season, with the TCS at 3 and Tuili on 4 and engine brake on 4 as well, and with the power settings just changing as we go. But for the first sector right now, we'll get the time coming up any moment now. Looking pretty promising already, with a 0.2 of a second red sector, red helmet for DrAce so far. So we have a chance of moving up the order, and I tell you what, we really need it. So let's see how we can improve going into the left-hander here for the nice and tight apex of turn 6. Beautifully done, up by half a second. Are we going to see the qualifying woes here in Qatar disappearing here today in today's video? Now onto the right-hand side for turn 7. We lost a little bit of time. I went a little bit more casual, but we gained that back, and now only trail by 68,000th of a second to the Suzuki man's time right now at the top of the picture. Now onto the left-hand side for turn 10. Nice and tight apex is required, and have that nice wide exit to still have 0.5 of a second in our pocket as things stand right now. So underneath the TISO sign, begin to brake for the right-hander here. Little bit out of shape. The Aprilia was squirming somewhat, not as smooth as it was last season. We went for a more power approach this season, and we lost 0.7 of a second down to Alex Rins. Goodness me, that third split is an absolute killer for us. We lost 0.7 of a second in just that split alone. Really difficult for us, and I tell you what guys, that looks extremely promising until the third split. Now it's looking the opposite. Very concerning, but look at the 2 Suzukis in the top 3. Brilliant job for the factory Suzuki team. The Japanese manufacturers will be extremely pleased, but across the line in any moment now, we're only going to improve by just 0.5 of a second. So a great start for Alex Rins, Martin and Joan Mir, who finishing in top 3, but look at Valentino Rossi and Johan Zarco as well. But for us, to qualifying 1, to see if we can get out of there with the other Aprilias to battle our way through to Q2. Let's get on with it. So here we go then, we'll have 13 minutes to get into qualifying 2. This is going to be a very difficult session. Soft tyres enabled for both the front and rear. It is literally all out, guns out, let's crack on, because we have to get into qualifying 2. We cannot start the championship defence starting so far down. We might have been lucky last season and we got through the grind of potentially starting at the back and moving our way through like Joan Mir did in 2020, but it didn't work for 2021. So this is our reincarnation of that. We must improve in qualifying, we must improve for the practice sessions as well, but for the time being, first sector time looks great. But an Bastiani's lap time is only a 1:53.486, so that's pretty much just a flying lap just to get involved. And let's see how we can fare right now. I think that's Marquez ahead of us, so he'll be a great reference if we can get in behind him, but up by 0.5 second already into the second split. I can't see any other sector times on the left-hand side of the screen as of yet, so it's pretty much us probably going to the top to then see how the rest of the competition fares. But for the time being, I'm looking at my 2 Aprilia teammates of Lorenzo Savadori and Alicia Spargo on the cusp, on the precipice of getting through into the next qualifying session. So here we go, sector 3 times coming up any moment now. How much time have we lost? We actually stayed relatively the same there, effectively broke even in the sector time, but right now going on the left hand side with our 4th sector time will be the most key one right now, because this could be a pretty good lap, ladies and gentlemen. Fingers are indeed crossed. We have the brand new livery for the sense of helmet and rear bum patch, if you want to call it that, and the number has changed ever so slightly, and what a great way that would be to celebrate it by going into qualifying 2 directly, but across the line we will go. It's a 1:52.768, which is roughly 0.7 of a second slower than Alex Rins' final time of the practice session, so that to me is not a great sign. I don't think we're going to hold on with that, so we really need to improve on this next lap. We'll probably have another couple of laps yet, but we really have to make sure we can improve upon that, otherwise it's going to be staying in qualifying 1, which is going to result in a position worse than 12th place. So on the right hand side we'll go now. It looks like we lost a lot of time there into the 4th corner, bit of a mess on the braking, but as of yet, orange sectors for Bastianini and Marc Marquez. Yes, we are extremely good in that first sector. Our superior braking helps us in the first corner and for the next one, but Enea Bastianini, that second split has been claimed as a red sector for the Italian. Who else is going to take a red sector as Grant has gone down? Never mind about the red sectors. Grant needs to get back into the pits and change that motorcycle. So a bit of a disaster there. And where are we going to be? 1.2 seconds behind Miguel Oliveira's time of not even a sub 152. It's a half 151. This is not looking promising, let me be honest with you guys and gals. This is concerning. I thought we'd improved. I generally felt like we had something more to give this season in the sense of practice and qualifyings, but as of yet, it looks to be status quo. Oh, this is not good. We can't start the championship defence with 20th place. We must improve to at least the 4th row. 5th row, I guess, is going to be the lowest we can do, or the highest row, I guess, we can achieve. That's what we need to be doing. Miguel Oliveira, Paul Espargaro right now are on their way to qualifying 2, but Alex Marquez with a couple of orange sectors down at the bottom of the picture there. 12th place for the LCR man. The bike actually did consider riding at the beginning before choosing the Aprilia. So let's see what we can do. We'll have another lap possibly on these soft tyres, so it's not too bad, but we have to improve than what we've already done right now. I'm a little bit nervous as Paul Espargaro just dived into the pit. He did have a couple of orange sectors there. The same can be said for Alex Marquez and Marc Marquez. Actually, Alex Marquez has put himself ahead of his brother and has dumped us to 11th place. This is effectively 21st in the grid, and we're now down by a whole second. Ladies and gentlemen, a disaster. A Qatari disaster right now, guys. This is not good. I am very concerned right now. I am really concerned. Did you know what the worst part about all this is? We'll have another Qatar round tomorrow at the same times. Oh my goodness. Across the line we will go in a minute's time. We're going to bring on the power, bring on the acceleration. Can this be enough to get us into the next qualifying? If we can do another lap, that's pretty good. So hard on the brakes we'll go, sliding the rear, sliding everything, trying to stop the bike, and that's it. That's it, guys. Destined for 21st. That is a disaster. We will now start tonight's Grand Prix at 6 PM at 21st. Good lord. Guys and gals, thanks for watching as always. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though if it was a bit of a disaster. Like, comment and subscribe if you really enjoyed it, and I will see you at 6 PM for the Grand Prix. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you very, very soon. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.